thing back. Hang on. Should probably just keep a Streamlabs tab open. What's up, guys? Your boy Phoenix back with another stream, another writing stream. We'll get into the to-do list in a second. Let me just change the goal text so you guys can see that. Completely forgot. I only need to change it for Wednesday, so it's not that big a deal. Settings. Come on. Save that. Widgets, circle, settings. Alright, save that. Should be it. Yep, okay. Alright, welcome back to the writing stream thing. We have two new character drawings to show off. I need to draw some more. Like last week I colored like 2 characters back to back from the Shonen, and then I realized that I'm running out of characters to showcase here. So on the to-do list, while the file folder, I click it, while the file folder loads. Okay, maybe not. We have 2 here. Here's one. Here's the second. Okay, I'm trying to, minimize, thank you. The 2 character drawings. We have sort of a backstory kind of figure out for one of them. Welcome to Stream Daddy, glad you could make it. We have a sort of a backstory bio planned out for one of them. The other one, I don't really want to rush. So she's not completely finished, but I have the drawing done, so there's that. And then we have a new character. I'll tell you when, but I want you guys to, unless you want to be spoiled, you can feel free to pause and read. I'll tell you when to look away when we get to this new character stuff, because there's some spoilers for future content of the series that'll be shown. Okay. So let's leave that open. I think it only opened one. It's not even loading. It is Vermilion. Sure, I clicked men, but okay. There we go. Oh, come on, don't do this. Thank you. Alright, so this is Vermilion here on the left. Also, shout outs to, we met our 95 follower goal for the month of March. So I increased it to 100. See if we can get there before the end of the month. We still have like 20 something days left. So shout outs to Choices Are Hard, Baby Girl Sadie's, and This Is Vivian. For following me yesterday. I remember Chase. Shout outs to Chase. He's on stream a lot. He shouted me out in his thing and made me a mod, so that was cool. For his stream. So he just started Persona on his channel. He streams Tuesdays and Thursdays. Sometime at night, like 7 and 9, I think, or 8 to 10. I don't remember. But shout outs to the homie. Okay, so show Vermilion drawing. This is Vermilion on the left. She goes by Millie, because it's easier to say every time over Vermilion. And let's do her. Let's read some of the bio I came up with, or all of her stuff. I didn't put it in completed yet because I didn't finish everything just yet for her. But yep, here she is, female. Real name Vermilion, prefers Millie. I don't have all the semiotics done. I normally only include 3. Like I said, semiotics are like tags that can be used for characters. So boss is one of them. You'll see why in a second. Iconography, colors, black, red, orange, green, red and orange. This is already after I drew her and decided what her colors would be, but I added it just to include a description. Red and white sports bra and shorts, green wraps, black and red sneakers. You can't see the sneakers in the picture, obviously. But I didn't finish her personality either. Again, here I only include like 3 personality traits, to kind of give whoever's reading or myself an idea of who the character is, or how they act, and how they'll behave towards others. Goal, to do her job so she and Kokaida can live happily in the new world. I believe I've explained Omnispec, the big bad's plan before on here. So we'll get into what her job is. She's in a relationship with Kokaida, who's another one of Omnispec's, I don't want to call them goons or cronies, but that's kind of what they are. They follow him, so followers, I guess. Her occupation, she's a crime boss or a glorified accountant. And again, you will see why in a second once we get to the bio. I didn't give her a rank as far as like politically goes. She kind of works underground in the shadows, so you won't. There's no reason to give her a rank, really. Affiliation, Omnispec's group. I did not give this group a name yet. I'm waiting for it to come to me, or I'll do a bit more research on what I want it to be called. But right now I'm not going crazy over the group name because I want the group name to have like fear associated with it or something. So virtue power system ability. So her class is kinetic. I was thinking when I made the class, the power system, that kinetic would be the most common for all the characters, but it's really not. Self-mutator is, because so many abilities fall under it. And one of the characters we're showing off today, actually 2 of them, because Men is one of the drawings, and then a character one of the teachers we'll get into is also a self-mutator. There's a lot. It falls under. Sorry, it covers a lot of specific superpowers. Just changing something physically about yourself. It's covers a lot. So that's actually the most common. So her ability, Millie's ability is nucleopyrokinesis. So the nucleo is for nuclear. She's able to melt things or people. When the person lives with the burn or survives the burn, if she doesn't completely obliterate them, it changes something physical about them. It can be positive or negative. All of these effects are negative. I don't know why I included the positive there. I don't see the point of there being a positive. Maybe healing, that could be one. But that'd be strange to see a friend injured in battle and blast them with fire, hoping you get 1 out of the 4 effects. And the other 3 effects are all negative. So we have radiation, affects others around them but does not affect the victim, so it acts like poison. The burn mark or scar or whatever. Then we actually have poison. Affects the victim, draining their life over time. The only antidote is death. So if you get hit by this fire and draw the short stick with poison, you're screwed. And then we have, I guess, the least physically harmful, the least harmful physically, the hallucinogenic, which causes the victim to see things that aren't there. We don't have any move names for her yet, but her weapons, her smith gifts, or smith gift, is wraps. I haven't named the wraps, but the wraps, these green wraps that you see, channel her nucleopyrokinesis. So with it, she can. They kind of work like, I guess, kind of like Rock Lee's ability, but like she can whip them out with like they work like whips, kind of, and they're also kind of semi-sentient, like can that. It's not like they can act on their own, but it's very strange the way they operate. You wouldn't see anybody fight with wraps like she does in real life. And I have another character along the lines that has powers along the lines of this in Descended Vice, whose wraps can just whip out and grab people and pull them towards him, and he can do a whole bunch of stuff up close once he pulls them in. Her wraps are kind of the same, or pretty much exactly the same, but she also has the added benefit of channeling her fire through them. So if you're wrapped up and she decides you're finished, she can shoot the fire through her wraps instead of shooting it directly at you, because fire spreads out when you shoot it. She can't concentrate it. So yeah. So finally, here's the bio. She's an underground crime lord villain. I can probably just get rid of that line, but that's something. That was probably in my notes, and I just wanted to put that somewhere. She's in a relationship with Kokaida, who's another, like I said, another one of the villains. She's the counselor of Glacial Wind in the snow region. She deals captive animals, selling them and trading them based on their virtue value. So, like I said, in this world, every living being possesses virtue, some amount of it. So animals, normally based on their size, have varying capacities of virtue. And people who believe in the myth that eating animals with large virtue capacities make them stronger, pay for the animals she captures, and provides Omnispec's group, still haven't named it, with funding for bribes and other things dealing with currency. So that's why I said glorified accountant up here under occupation, because she kind of provides the group with the money they can use if they need it at all. They can always just strong arm somebody if they want to, but that can get boring. They're all afraid of fire, all the animals she deals, so as all living beings are. So she manipulates them to do what she wants. It's kind of like a whip, I guess. Her fire acts as the animal's whip. She hasn't caught a space whale yet, which are the giant things in the sky that are just cool. But she's sure that they'd be the biggest haul. She operates out of certain city trains. Those trains that move from city to city that act as their own cities because they each have their own biomes and stuff like that. They're huge. She operates out of a few of them, using their excess space to store animals, though she doesn't have a set headquarters, so it can be tough to find her or locate her or track her. Rule of 3, accessories, orange fiery hair. I was going to make her hair just normal red, but I know it's probably hard to see on the screen, but the outline of her hair is red, and then the inside underneath the red outline is orange to represent like a fiery glow. and it's to represent her powers and personality. Sporty outfit to represent how she's very hands-on with her business, so she's constantly working out and staying in shape. She prefers to be that type of hands-on type of crime boss where she does a lot of the work herself, not the grunt work, but like say somebody owes her money for an animal, she lent them, like she'll get them to pay up one way or another. And then she has an emerald ear piercing here, which was a gift from Kokata. So that's Vermilion. We'll leave her picture up the rest of the stream. But this is the other one. Here's Men. I don't have anything on Men. I had this drawing done for a while, but no, it wasn't done. I had it outlined for a while and just never colored it in. Then one day, while I was chatting with the homies on PS4, I decided to color both her and Vermilion. So I don't think I had anything on her. This bio is gonna get scrapped. But her thing is cell manipulation. So through cell manipulation, she's able to give herself super strength to, like, so she's compacting her cells together to give the illusion of super strength. She's able to do super strength things. She's able to teleport by dissolving her body, so she can break down her body into pieces and move it somewhere else by like little tiny particles. And there was one other thing in the... No, that's the wrong... Where did I put it? Then... I think it had to be here. World building. Yeah, here. Regeneration. Okay, how could I forget? And basic regeneration. So she's pretty darn difficult to kill. And let me add this here. Dematerialization was the word I was looking for. Not dissolve. Means along the same lines, but yeah, I didn't want to. I was doing some of this writing earlier today, and then it got to a point where I got busy, so I didn't want to force anything and show it on stream and then end up changing it. That was kind of be a waste of time, so I didn't give her anything just yet. I'm working on it. And then, so that's Men. And then we have new character, Haneo. So this is where, I'll tell you in a second to look away. Because I don't know how to, like, block things out in my own document. So, like, yeah, bear with me. Virtue teacher. Okay, so his real name, Haneo, he's the virtue teacher. There are 3 teachers that the students, main characters, learn from. We have the virtue teacher, this is Haneo. And then we have the history teacher, who teaches the history of the world, and then the weapons teacher, who we discussed last time, Dr. Esperana. Haneore no means broken or painstaking in Japanese. I know I butchered that pronunciation, but that's where I'm basing the name from. Didn't finish semiotics. I just put teacher for right now. Color is white, navy blue, probably black in there, perhaps. He has white hair, half mask. Okay, don't. Look away now. Look away. I'm gonna just tell you what else he got. It's goofy, upbeat. Can't tell you his. Nope. Just skip around here. His rank is high guard, even though he's a teacher. His occupation, teacher of virtue techniques and base abilities. His affiliation is the Elysian region. He's originally from the Elysian region, and we'll get to that in a second. But then he's also associated with with Order Mill in the Plains region, where the school is located. So his class is Self-Mutator, like Mend, who I mentioned. I said before that Self-Mutator is probably the most common class as of right now. So right now, his virtue ability is Density Control. He has 2 moves that I gave him as of right now, which are extreme ends of Density Control, I believe. He has Density Shift Spectre, which lets objects phase through him. And then he has Density Shift Golem, which makes him unbreakable. His weapon or Smith gift is are glasses called Sun Specs. And their special power, the bit of love given to the item by the blacksmith, is virtue reading. So he's able to read the virtue capacity, class, and ability of anyone he looks at. If he's the downside, which sounds pretty OP, because he can just basically, it's like a glorified virtue scanner, but it gives you specifics. And if he's not wearing these, he becomes blind. That's the huge downside to them. But because, remember how I said Smith gifts tend to coincide, almost always coincide with whatever the virtuoser's ability is. Because he has density control, he's pretty much can't be touched if he doesn't want to be. So nobody can snatch the glasses away from him. Whatever's on him, like pretty much clothes, any sort of accessory items, including the glasses, when he phases or changes, lessens his density, lessens his density. And I'm not sure density is the right word, but I'm gonna leave it for right now. They pretty much can't be snatched from him. So if he sees you coming, try to snatch the glasses from him, he's just gonna be like Density Shift Spectre, and then you just can't touch him. So yeah. So here's the bio. I'm gonna try and skip around. I hope you're still looking away. I'm gonna try and skip around. Yo, what up, Honekata? Beans and toast. Is that what you had for breakfast? I think, is it England? Toast and beans. Okay. Is it England where they have, I know there's one European country at least where you have toast and beans for breakfast. Beans on toast is English, yes. See, I knew. American though. Who's I think it's Mez. I think Mez is British. I wonder if he's had beans and toast. He probably has. But again, look away from the screen, 'cause I'm gonna skip around to not so you avoid spoilers with this teacher here. So he Haneo, like Amy, is originally from the Elysian region. When he was a child, his home was broken into, and the burglar killed his father and brother, and kidnapped his mother as he stayed hidden. So off the bat, that's pretty sad. And this is not a backstory. I don't think I'm gonna make it to where this is a backstory he tells somebody. He's very secretive about his past, and he has severe trust issues, and you will see why in a second. When I got it, I started an outline for a little superhero thing I'm doing, and I am ass poor at coming up with names. Yeah, I get that. That's normally the last thing I do before anything. Like I can come up with a whole backstory before I give somebody a name. In rare occasions, I'll give somebody a name because I know what I want them to be about, but I don't know what story I want to give them just yet. But I can give somebody every darn thing in the world, and the last thing I come up with is their name. So this, I'd say the names is what's taking me the longest with this series. There's plenty of people that haven't even been named, but I have an idea of what I want them to be. Like any of the important side characters, any of that stuff. I want there to be, because I take so much pride in naming characters that like I want them all to mean something, to have some sort of, like, I don't want them all just to be like, oh, I just thought it was a cool name. Nah, that's lame. The first thing I come up with is powers. How I think someone with those powers would act, personality, how someone with that personality would be raised, backstory. Okay, so you have like a system. That's cool. I kind of just let it come to me. It normally all comes to me when I'm supposed to be sleeping. I can't say that. I like it because it's giving me ideas, or I'm getting the ideas. But sometimes I just want to turn my brain off so I can sleep. Still, I look at it as more of a gift than anything. Okay. So when he was a child, his home was broken into, and the burglar killed his father and brother and kidnapped his mother as he stayed hidden. He joined the Elysian army so he could protect people he cared about. You know, the whole Shonen protagonist anything thing. Wait, I keep losing my spot. Protect people he cared about, and while on a mission in the Citadel region, he found his mother with the burglar that killed his father and brother. What would they be doing together, you might ask? That was the guy that killed her family, right? Well, they wanted to start a new life without the mother having to worry about her family. So she got her lover to kill her family. Now you see why Omnispec wants to wipe out this world and make new humans. He let, and this isn't Omnispec, by the way. This is just somebody who was screwed over with his life. He let them live out their pathetic lives for the time being, because I guess he didn't want to. Maybe deep down he still didn't want to kill his mom. Still his mom, but later, while on another mission from the Elysian region, because he was still part of the Elysian army at the time, he and his soldier team were caught and imprisoned by the Citadel region, same region that his mother and the burglar ran into, or her lover ran to. He found out it was a setup, and the Elysian region decided to sacrifice some soldiers to the Citadel region to calm the rising tensions between them. We all know how that went. Actually, it kind of didn't. Nothing huge, too huge, like an all-out war between the two came from that, or from any of it. Remember, it's believed that the Citadel region is the one that wiped out the Elysian region, even though they aren't. So he and his team were pretty much sacrifices. So in the prison camp, he was forced to fight against and kill his own team before he fought his way out, wiping out the entire Citadel army base. After he went into hiding, obviously, as you do after wiping out an entire army base. Observing more and more human selfishness. Until he got into teaching, he was like, you know what, kids, we don't be like these people that I know. Just don't. He's trying to teach. He's trying to bring good into the world in his own special way. He probably believes it's too late for him right now, like, to do it himself. So he's putting his trust into the next generation, I guess, of virtuesers. Okay, and then I can do the rule of 3 accessories without spoiling anything. Glasses, so his weapon, it's for the future he's looking forward to, metaphorically speaking. He has a half mask for never sharing any personal information with others, representing his trust issues. And he has white hair. Even he's seen enough shit where his hair gradually turned white over time, even though he's not even over 40. Let me see. Let me catch up. Hang on. Bro, same when I'm trying to sleep or when I'm showering. Man, I need like something that I can post in the shower, like one of those whiteboards I can write on in the shower that's has not hypoallergenic. What is it? Hydroallergenic marker ink. So I could write down things in the shower, because it be coming to me in the shower too. Whenever I'm quiet or whenever I'm trying to do something else, sometimes it'll be like, hey, what if you did this? Oh darn, I gotta stop what I'm doing and write that down so I don't forget. Is when I get random ideas that, wait, let me fix this. Oh, I can't embiggen this. Random ass ideas that bounce off each other. Fucking. Might want to add one more bad event. One bad thing usually doesn't make someone that evil. Maybe if he got scammed by his girlfriend for all his money to push forward, humans are shitty. Yeah. Perhaps. He's not evil though. He just has a really bad backstory. I thought the rule of 3 was more thematic things, like 3 people using a specific phrase or a singular person showing up 3 times. This is for accessories, like it's for looks. Like I learned this from Rostraws, the artist. The rule of 3 accessories to show kind of what they're about. Like his examples, like a dragon girl or something that had like a crescent moon earrings and a tattoo somewhere, I think, and like something else dragon shaped on her. That's more for character design here. Get a waterproof phone. Hydrophobic, not allergenic. Oh god, that's exactly what I meant. Rule 3 is the storytelling. Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, but this is just for design wise. Some of this stuff is for design, like the iconography. This is all stuff I plan to draw what they look like, unless I already have it done. So yeah, that's the new character Haneo. And that's all I had planned. So we still have half an hour, so we're gonna get into either another character, which I don't want to force anything, or we'll start working on the story arc. At least the first one. Tell viewers to look away. Yeah. I did. I mean, like I said, if you wanted to read for spoilers, but don't spoil it for other people. You could have paused and looked to see what exactly you were avoiding. But when we get to what those spoilers are in the story, it's pretty big. But like I said, he's not an evil character. He just has a really depressing backstory. And I realized for this shonen, I don't think I had. This sounds effed up. I don't think I had nearly enough um, depressing backstories. Like, the main character didn't have a family to begin with, so that's kind of standard for shonen. Then the rival also didn't have a family, but it's not like anybody they were close to died or anything. Like, they weren't really experiencing death, even though their whole hometown was destroyed and they had to escape from that. But it's not like they were close to anybody in their hometown. They had to fend for themselves. So, let me see, story arcs. So, I'm gonna pull this off screen real quick so I can separate the story arcs. Oh no, it's freezing. Hang on. Because there are spoilers in the story arcs I have planned out. So let's do that. And then scroll up here. That image is going to get you canceled. No, it won't. No, it won't. It's one character in the series, and well, she just likes to dress like that. Let's just say that. And I do the equal thing where guys are also sometimes half naked as well. She's technically not even half naked. She just has a crop top, so you just see her stomach. But no, it won't. I promise. Okay. So, right now, all we have for story arcs planned, I mean, we have other ones planned as well, but I had to get rid of that so you didn't see. We have the school basic training stuff. We have a train mystery arc, the Glacial Wind Politics arc, which introduces Kokaida into the series and gets into Zashi's backstory and who she is some more. And then I can hear Twitter getting mad already. I mean, sure, if they want to. I don't really care about Twitter. I don't really like Twitter to begin with, so whatever. The tournament arc at some point that acts as graduation. I feel like there should be more in between all of this. Like, I don't know if I want to just start off with school. I mean, the whole point of the school is to learn more about the world, so maybe. But I don't want to flood the reader with all of this intricate stuff from the very beginning. So my plan was for the intro to the story to be Ciro on his way to school, and he's cutting it close, but he ends up being late because he has to save somebody, and he already knows what virtue is. He already knows what his virtue abilities are. So off the bat, he's fighting against somebody, and then you cut to inside the school where the students are. The rest of the other 23 students, I think it's either 23 or 19 other students are. I don't remember how many I have. I think it's 20 students. So 19 other students are listening to the virtue teacher, the guy we just described, about what virtue is. And as Haneo is describing what virtue is and all the abilities and stuff like that, Ciro is displaying it in the fight he's having with this guy he's trying to stop on his way to school. And then Ciro ends up getting there to class late, of course, and then he ends up having to display his abilities to the class in fighting the teacher. And then this is where it's another example of the virtue abilities going on display. So I'm probably, while the teacher's explaining what virtue is and all their abilities and stuff like that, I'm probably not going to have everything on display. But in the second fight, we'll probably touch on stuff that wasn't described in the intro session, I guess. And then past that, I didn't really have anything planned. Like, everything I just said, I had I've never written down, but I've had in my head for a while. And I can't think of another introduction. I was gonna have the introduction where um, you see like kind of a rough, not so great town that the main character and the rival both grow up in, or were starting to grow up in, before it's attacked by a being of unknown power out of nowhere, and their entire town is wiped out. But that sounds way too similar to another anime that is currently airing still. So I decided to scrap that idea, and we'll probably do that in like a flashback backstory at some point. But yeah, I didn't want to start with that. Oh wait. What if I don't look away? Am I going to die? No, you're not. No, you're good. Okay. So I guess maybe I should just write down what I described as far as the beginning goes. I don't know if we're gonna have the mystery so early. I'm trying to think of other arcs to put in there. Maybe it's not even necessary to put in other arcs. Maybe I should just let the story go where the story wants to go. Where do I have I think I have the beats somewhere. And I need to open that so I'm writing in the right place. No, that's world building. No. I'm looking for novels. Even though this won't be a novel. Ferocity. Beats V1. School arc. Here we go. So let's swap it back. So right now I have chapter 1 begins with Sierra working at a grocery store in Ornamill. Working the register, stocking shelves, mopping. Mr. Saeed approaches Sierra and asks him if he's ready for school in a few minutes, as it's early morning. Sierra says he's nervous, but he's ready. Time comes for him to leave, and he does. Cut to class and the students filing in. Cut to Sierra running for the school. Cut to the teacher walk in after the students. Cut to Sierra running into a thief trying to mug a woman. Cut to the teacher asking a class hypothetical question: what is virtue? Once Sierra beats the thief after causing some destruction, a bystander tells him no worries when he apologizes for some damage and says they'll get the blacksmith to fix it. So that's introducing some lore. I have all the names of the characters here, so I didn't have to refer to a different document when writing this out. Once Sierra beats the thief after causing some destruction. What is virtue? Say intercut Sierra fighting the thief using basic virtue abilities as Haneo Sensei. Let's just say Haneo is describing what they are. So we can first start with, there are 4. First start with scan, recharge, scroll up. Scan and and concealment. Okay, no. Let's start with conceal first. So he's gonna have to sneak up on Zero. Sneaks up on the mother. Scan. No, scan first, then conceal, because he has to find them. He hears a scream, but he has to find them. Here's a woman. The woman scream and scans for the chooser thief. Conceal. Zero sneaks up on the mugger. And then shield. Zero uses the shield to fight the mugger or thief, whatever. The shield ends up breaking at the end of the fight, and then recharge. Zero stands still for a second to let some virtue recharge before continuing towards the school. So with the intro, we have all four applications of base virtue abilities as the teacher's describing it. So it's showing and telling. And then once he gets to the school, we'll have a display of the virtue abilities. So I don't know if I don't think I want Zero to be like super powerful off the bat. I know his power is shockwave generation, but maybe like the shockwaves start off small, and the more he hones his ability or something like that, training, the stronger the shockwaves get. That's what I'm thinking. Get the blacksmith to fix it. Introducing the lore of the blacksmith gods. Zero arrives in class late, of course, and Haneo tells Zero that for his punishment he will fight him. That's how chapter 1 ends. And like I said, I didn't really plan past the fight. Base virtue power learning. I wonder if I should. I don't think I'm going to go through a montage of what everybody's ability is off the bat, because that'll be too confusing to keep track of. Maybe the introduction to the other two teachers. And remember, Haneo's glasses allow him to see everybody's virtue ability. So maybe he takes like the rest of the day planning who should be in what group, which is already predetermined by me because I already have the group set up. Then after learning their groups, they also get... I don't want there to be information overload, though. I don't want there to be information overload. Because I was going to introduce the history teacher as well, but that would just be telling the audience more about the lore and world. I'd really just rather them start off with their groups, so you get to know the 4 main characters off the bat in chapter 2. So maybe he should just assign them here. And this is not gonna be final. I'm just brainstorming here because I did promise some lore or story arc writing in the title. Decides then and there. Dinner is fight. 0 is going to be teaming up and living with him, because they'll live. They live on the school grounds in dorms. Students are curious how he even knows any of their abilities, but he doesn't share, and instead assigns 0 to the team with Ferris, Zashi, and Amy. Let's students know they can choose to elect their own leader of the group or not, or fight for it. It's ultimately up to them. Say the next order of business would be like an icebreaker or something. But now that they have their groups, it's time to get to know them. And it should be some sort of like special icebreaker, not like, hey, here are 5 interesting facts about myself. An icebreaker. I don't want it to be fights. Not here, at least. What would be a smart icebreaker to use? You know what? We don't have to come up with it now. We'll come up with something too. What else? Do we have to come up with it now? I don't want to force anything. Weapon assignments. When will weapon assignments be? What chapter will I make that? Okay, so I'm trying to think of what we've introduced in each chapter. Introduced base virtue abilities. Introduced the other main characters. Should be a break here. Or maybe they don't even get their weapons in the first book at all. Maybe at the end of the first book. I don't know, man. Let's swap to see what we got on the character side of things. If there's anything that comes to mind with any of these characters, bio, rank, anything like that. The dragon's rank is a student. Is that what I described it as? The rank is virtue student. Yeah. Student. Didn't give him. I don't have a personality in mind for him, an affiliation, none of that. Darn. Self-mutator, another self-mutator here. There are names for it. Yeah, I'm gonna take some time away from the villains to focus on the intro of the story for a bit. Some of the characters introduced early on. I mean, we have the four main done. Said before. Wait. Oh, affiliation. I don't have anything on specs group. Don't know what I want Neural to be. Guys right hand affiliation on specs group. Boss, dealer. I'll just say fighter. I don't like that tag. Boss, dealer. I don't have a bear tag in mind. Brash. Alright. So I have more to work on. I want to focus some more on the characters before I even. I'm sure the ideas for some of this early chapter stuff, like the icebreakers and stuff like that, will come to me. But yeah, it's 9 now. I'm extremely tired. Shout outs to Hanekata and Diddy in the chat today. Once again, shout outs to Choices Are Hard, Baby Girl Sadie's, and this is Vivian for the follows. You guys got us to our monthly goal of the 95 followers. So let's see if we can get to 100 by the end and 2 more subscribers. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe over there. It's free. And yeah, make sure you buy my book. Here's the link. !books in my chat. Gets you access. You get to look at all the books that I've written so far. And yeah, we'll continue to work on this book. That's pretty much it. Yep. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. And this is J-Base Phoenix once again.